Welcome to Action Coaching. We're delighted that you join us on today because I believe that God has some special coaching tips for us. Now remember, the design of Action Coaching is to coach the best life out of you so that you can live your God-given life here and now. Every one of us need a coach. Nobody makes it by themselves. And thank God that God have laid down a principle that one level will help the next level coming on, and we like to call it coaching. So where you can get tremendous coaching, it's certainly exciting for your chances of success. Now today on Action Coaching, we're going to talk about the doors of opportunities. There are so many opportunities that are in front of us. And it's time that we walk through that door. Now understand that the environment that we are in, they're trying to take away opportunities. Matter of fact, the day that we're living in is almost like they're trying to take us back to a day that's long past, and we refuse to live in that day any longer. They are taking away things because they don't want us to have opportunities. Isn't it amazing that sometimes in the system that we live in, rather than making things easier for people, more accessible for people so that everybody can have success, they'll slam the door in our face. But I got news for people that will try to slam doors in my face, in your face. There's so many doors of opportunity, and we definitely are going to walk through that door. Years ago when we went to an amusement park, then there was a certain, what then they used to call the scary house. And of course, a lot of the kids were younger kids then, and we decided that we were brave enough to go into what they call the scary house. Scary house was basically where you didn't know what kind of unusual thing was going to pop out of the wall or was behind the door you went through. In essence, then it would frighten us, or it would make it seem like, no, we don't want to go any further. But a group of us were very adventurous, and we decided that, hey, we going in. No matter what's in there, we're brave enough to go in and survive and come out on the other side. Now, the amazing thing, when we got into this particular scary house, then certain things would pop out the wall, and that didn't necessarily bother us. But then we came to a place where it says, see what's behind the door. Now, that caused us to pause, because we didn't exactly know what's behind the door. I say that to say, how many times are you pausing in life because you're afraid of what's behind the door? Even though what's behind the door can be the biggest opportunity you ever walked into, and sometimes what's behind the door can be the most frightening thing you'll ever see. But the issue is, you got to open the door. In this coaching session, it's time that we, people in general, stop living on one side of the door. When you see other people go through it countless numbers of times and have a whole different life. But it's not about other people, it's about you opening up the door of opportunity for your life. I decided a long time ago that my success was only dependent upon one person. It was me. Now I know that on the journey, a lot of other people came to participate in the success, but those people were not there when I first started. I was by myself, and I had to decide that I was going to open up the door to my own success. I had to be the first one to put my hand on the knob, open up that door, and see what opportunities were for me on the other side. I believe that life is all about moving forward, not standing neutral, not moving backwards, but moving forward. You messed up last year, move forward. If you messed up 2 years ago, keep moving forward. Don't spend time in the past. Don't spend time neutrally thinking about it. Keep moving forward. Now, there's so many doors of opportunity that come in our life. And a lot of people have went through life and they said to themselves, when this opportunity came years ago, I wish I would have taken it, because look at where I would be now. What I'm trying to tell you, I don't want you to live life wishing. I want you to live life experiencing, because each and every day, doors are opening and closing. They're closing because they open up for an opportunity for you, but when you don't take them, they close right in front of your face, and somebody else come along and see that particular door and open it up, and they enjoy the opportunity of a lifetime. Nobody told me I would be in this position in life. I didn't have no role model. I didn't have a previous plan for me to arrive here. But what I did have is I sensed that there were doors of opportunities, and it was up to me to go through one of those doors. Sometimes you have to get thrown out of something to see your own door of opportunity. Sometimes you have to stop running with a certain group of friends to see your door of opportunity. Isn't it amazing? You can run with a crowd, run with a lot of people, and basically sometimes it just keeps you from seeing your own opportunity. Because sometimes you think your opportunity is tied up in being with them, but your opportunity is tied up with you seeing that door and being willing to walk through it. There are doors that are set up for each one of us. Every single day we see people that are success stories because they decided to walk through the door. Yes, they walked through the door when others said it wouldn't work, said the world wouldn't receive it, said that it's not going to happen, but they didn't know your opportunity was behind that door. I wasn't called to be a preacher. I mean, yes, I know I'm a preacher now, but it wasn't a call that I got. I mean, if anybody else wanted to be a preacher, then great. I was one guy that I ain't had no dreams, no aspiration, none of that stuff with preaching the gospel or pastoring a church. I was just simply, I'd be a good member. Yes, I would. I would support my pastor and I'd do whatever they asked me to do. But when you talk about that preaching thing, no, that's I ain't with that. You know, y'all can have all of that you want. I had some other things I wanted to do in life. Long story short, I was against the very thing that was going to be a door of opportunity for me. Now, somebody said, well, how did you come through your door? I had to get thrown out of one door so that I can open up my door. Sometimes God will set life up when He'll throw you out of your comfort zone to set you in another door that's your door to go through. So God had to kind of throw me out of a comfort zone, put me in front of a door and see was I going to open it up. Now I know a lot of people live saying, well, I got to know what's behind the door. That's your problem. Chances are, if you knew what was behind the door, you wouldn't even open the door, because you make a decision on the other side of the door. A lot of times you just got to have faith that there is an opportunity for you. Now that's what I want to talk about. Faith is not quoting a bunch of scriptures, although there are scriptures that talk about faith. But faith basically boils down to one thing. What actions are you going to take? Quit talking. Quit going to hear everybody else talk. But it's time that you open your own door. And I'm so blessed that God set it up that way. Not somebody else going to open the door for you, but you got to open your own door. I'll be right back to talk to you. I left off talking about how you got to open your own door. Nobody is going to open for you, but you got to do it yourself. Now, we consistently hear of stories that seemingly, I know sometimes people think that successful people just came from nowhere. They just popped up all of a sudden. The most amazing thing about life is people enjoy your success more than they do the backstory of what you had to go through to be successful. They just simply believe that, you just showed up one morning, you got lucky, or, somebody opened the door for you. They don't even know half of the story that it took for you to even get the courage to open the door. Now, from my point of view, it wasn't about necessarily what they thought. The thing I was most happy about is that when my door came, I was ready, willing, and able to open that door. In life, we are presented so many doors that we can go through. The problem is that we keep procrastinating. We keep wondering what's behind the door. Should I open the door? And all of the time, people are passing you by opening up the same door. But I want to let you know we're living in a generation where there are so many doors of opportunities. Even though maybe some things in society are trying to keep us down or take away our rights or take away our ability to do anything, they just don't understand. There's so many other doors that are opening that we are coming through, whether anyone like it or not, because God is a God that opened up the door of opportunity. Jesus even said in the scripture, I am the door. Meaning, you just got to open it up. If you want to get exposed to a lot of great things, be willing to open the door. And that's what faith is. Faith is an action. A lot of times, I'm not going to say I get tired, I just get tickled. Sometimes the people will quote a bunch of scriptures, they'll quote slogans that they heard, and never act on one of those scriptures. It ain't good enough just to quote it. Well, the Bible says have faith. No, what the Bible is really saying is, do you have faith? Are you showing your faith? There are doors that need to be opened, and there are things that need to be done. And faith is an action. I know the man or woman that got faith, they opened the door and went through it. I know the man and the woman that don't have faith, they on the other side of the door complaining and talking about those of us that went through the door. Well, at least I went through the door. I wasn't standing on the other side with the grumblers and complainers. They're talking about it's dangerous to go through the door. Yeah, it's dangerous both ways. It's dangerous to you because if you don't go through the door, you're going to miss an opportunity. And it's dangerous to me, meaning that there's so many great things behind that door, and I owe it to myself to go through it, to see what's on the other side. We're living in a time where amazing things are happening every day. People are seeing doors of opportunity and they are walking through. They are not listening to what others are saying about the door. They're just simply walking through the door. How about you on today? Are you one standing on the other side of the door wondering what's behind it? Or are you that person that's going through the door and seeing what opportunities have been prepared for you? I believe that God put every one of us in this world for a purpose. Now, whether we succeed in living out that purpose is up to us. But I believe that opportunities come to every man and woman. I believe that life consists of a lot of people keeping the door closed, and then there are people that are opening the door and experiencing great things. They are doors of opportunity. As I talk to you right now, going in your mind, I know you can see doors that if you would have went through those doors, you would be so much further down the road. But nevertheless, you kept that door shut. It's kind of like one time I was asking an older guy, way much older than me, and I was young at that time. I said, well, how does a person know when they fall in love? You know, I don't want to be hurt. I don't want to be this and that. You know, why can't love be so easy? He said, well, you won't know what love is till you try. In other words, he was saying, if you want to know about love, you're going to have to open up that door and go on through it because nothing is guaranteed. But however, I found out, although nothing is guaranteed, there are tremendous things behind that door that you can explore and become so much better at. You've got to open yourself up. You've got to seize the opportunities that are in front of you. You've got to open the door. You've got to do it. You've got to trust that behind one of those doors, your opportunity exists. Years ago, I can't think of the game show, but they used to have, like they'd have these great prizes, and they tell you all of these prizes. And they'll say, now, it's behind either door number 1, door number 2, or door number 3. They show you the prizes first. Then they say, all right, you got to pick which door is behind. Now, of course, the prizes can only be behind one door. And if you pick one of the other doors, you could miss the opportunities to win the prize. But however, I feel like this. At least the odds were great. You had a 50-50 chance. Those are good odds. There's a 50-50 chance that you could pick the right door. There's also a 50% chance you could pick the wrong door. But the issue is you had good odds. And I found out this in life. If you don't ask and you don't try, and you don't go for it, you will never succeed. You'll just simply be stuck in place watching all these amazing opportunities pass you by. You got to take the risk. You got to go through the door. Now I know some people say, well, what if the door I went through, it was terrible? No door is terrible. Because just like anything in life, you learn some things from it that only make you stronger. It helps you to understand that there are things behind every door, and I'm going to go through that door to the opportunity that God has placed in front of me. I would love to hear from you on today. Reach out to me and say, yes, Bishop Jackson, there were some doors I should have went through and I missed this opportunity. But I'm not going to let another door pass me by. When my door comes, I'm going to put my hand on the door handle and I'm going to open it up, and I'm going to open it up wide so I can see all of the great things that have been prepared for me, the opportunities that have been prepared for me. So many people spend so much time complaining about their position in life or their condition that they don't even try to open up another door to change their situation, and that is sad. If you don't like where you are, open up another door and see what's behind that door, and I'll assure you that God will take you to the right door. Jesus said, if you knock, He'll answer. It's about time you get to knocking, you get to pushing, you get to opening the door. Now some of you are faced with doors you're thinking about opening. Send it to me and say, yes, pray for me because I'm getting ready to go through this door and I'm expecting great things. Touch and agree with me because I believe that this is my door of opportunity. Don't live life regretting your opportunities, regretting the doors you didn't go through. Make sure you go through every one of them, because guess what? On the other side, your destiny can be changed. I'll be right back to talk to you.
Tell somebody and say, I'm made for miracles. You know why God allowed things to happen to you? He want to teach you that there are about 5 people got it. He want to teach you that there are. So whatever the devil knock you back with, God said now's the time to show it. That He can't keep me there. Y'all ain't talking. Now's the time to let the devil know. Greater is He that is in me than he that is in the world.
Welcome back. Thank God for the doors on today. And now you know that there are doors of opportunities in front of you, and you got to open each one of them because there are great things prepared for you behind those doors. Certainly, I thank God for you joining us on Action Coaching today. Make sure, whatever platform you're watching us on, hit subscribe and like so that others can know about Action Coaching, and you can be tuned in to every time we're bringing some exciting coaching tips because you don't want to miss them. Thank you so much for expanding Action Coaching and letting others know about what God is doing. Certainly want to encourage you on today to sit down and sow a generous seed faith offering for the support of Action Coaching. Action Coaching endeavors to do bigger and better things. Action Coaching believes that there are bigger doors that we're going to walk through to further expand Action Coaching, and we need you to help us do that. Sow a seed on today. No amount is too large or too small to help us continue to put the good news of Action Coaching out. I believe that when you invest in helping others, God will send others to help you. That's the way the system works. It says we reap what we sow. So that means if we sow big, we reap big, because that's the principle of God. And thank you so much for supporting Action Coaching. There's a link in my bio that will give you a host of ways that you can sow unto Action Coaching. And certainly we thank God for you supporting us. Join us next time on Action Coaching. And as I do each and every week, I want to encourage you. Share the word with a friend and keep the word in action.